Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shelby. If you're new here, welcome, and I'm excited that you are going to join me here today for a day in the life vlog. So I am starting my day with a little bit of movement. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant. I was 34 and some change in this video, but here we are getting started with our day. So most days of the week I do start with a workout. I've got my banana. I already had a fuel for fire as well, and my Mio Energy in one of my favorite cups. Mio has got some caffeine and some B vitamins, and I just put it in water since I'm no longer using pre-workout. Got my water and of course my heater, my lovely heater, to help keep me warm during these cooler months as I work out in the morning. So getting into my warm-up, I'm walking on the treadmill today versus being outside, and typically in the first 10 minutes I am listening to the Calm meditation app, the Daily Calm with Tamara Levitt. If you listen to the Calm meditation app, you know, and that is how I start my day, trying to make sure that things are good to go and I am in a great headspace, always starting out a little bit more positive, right? Now, showing you here, Coach RX is the app that I use for my training only clients that are pre-level 10. If you don't know, I work for level 10 coaching, but I also program for myself. And so all of my workouts I program into the app to make it really feel like I've got that accountability, and it gives me a good place to track it. So I am my own client, and here's my workout for the day. So just getting myself warmed up. I know that these clips aren't necessarily showing everything, but just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what that looks like currently. So these are just some lunges with rotations and overhead stretches, really just trying to get that rotation in, because it's actually incredibly important during pregnancy to maintain all of that rotation ability through the core and midsection, and really just make sure your body's able to open up. So different positions like lunge positions can be helpful for that. So that's what I'm doing in this warm up here, getting that midline rotation and then overhead reach. Next, I'm actually going into a bottom squat hold. Hello, pregnancy prep. This is actually great for anybody who needs to work on their bottom position when it comes to squatting, but also really great for those who are working towards labor, getting everything feeling really good in that bottom position, opening everything up in the hips. Now, this is another one of my favorite exercises. It's an knee over toe split squat. I'm doing it elevated just because right now my range of motion in that bottom position doesn't feel super good on my hips. So I am doing it at an elevated position, body weight, really driving that knee over my toes. And that is just to work through my ankle range of motion as well, and feels pretty freaking good. Now, getting into our workout for the day, my first exercise is a deadlift. I am deadlifting still with a barbell, but I am doing it from an elevated position. There's Stone getting ready to leave for work. You can see it's still dark outside and it is very cold, so I do end up actually closing the garage again in a second, but I'm loading up that barbell. So the limited range of motion, obviously, hello to the belly getting in the way. I cannot comfortably reach all the way down in deadlifts anymore, so I've been doing them from a little bit higher position. So these are 45-pound plates that I've stacked them on. We're around 85 pounds, I believe, here. Yeah, because I've got 25s on either side, so hitting a set of 6 to 8 or so on these deadlifts. And these have been feeling pretty good. Yes, it's not quite the same, but still feels decent. Adding a little bit of load here because we're still trying to do what we can. Now, I have paired those with a modified push-up, so I'm doing push-ups for my knees. We still love to try to get some push-ups in. Chest work in general is a little bit tougher when you are pregnant because you can't really lay comfortably on your back, and you're watching out for what's called coning. Coning is essentially when your belly actually starts to come into a cone position in the middle. Not great for your diastasis recti, or think like your six-pack abs, in terms of that space actually gets a little bit spread out, hello to everything growing, and so we don't want to make that worse. Coning is kind of a sign to slow down on those things. So actually these push-ups from a modified position on my knees have been really great to help keep up with some of that movement when I can't do a lot of chest press movements. Next up, we're doing just a lateral step up. This is actually a little bit lower than I typically do, but I went up in weight. And honestly, the single leg movements that I usually love, that unilateral stuff, is kind of bugging my hips lately. So I'm still doing it, but it's not the most comfortable. So I decided to go down on my step. It has a higher level, but to use a little bit more weight, and just focusing on driving up into those glutes and quads, still getting some work in there. And then I have paired them with a cable or band face pull. Again, not all pulling movements are great for me right now. Overhead stuff usually causes too much strain on the core, but I can do these face pull movements, mid-range movements, and still be pretty good off. I included this clip in the beginning of it mostly because I just want to show you guys just how difficult it is for me to get into machines right now. I think it's kind of funny. So I'm sliding myself into my leg extension leg curl machine. Once I'm in, I'm good to go, but gosh, it is so hard and so difficult to get into and out of right now. I feel like it takes me forever, and it's just kind of a thing that makes me chuckle every time I do it. So did some leg extensions as well today. I really bought this machine specifically because it has a leg extension and leg curl from the seated position, and I was kind of doing it in preps of getting pregnant, being able to continue to do some good leg work. Now you'll see me modifying my seat a little bit because I realized it was a little bit too far back from the previous person who had used it, because I do train a couple people at home. I paired this with an overhead press, nice and light with the dumbbells. This is something that for a little bit was like not working super great for me. I was having a little bit of coning happening if it was too heavy, but I realized I can still do it if I modify it and just keep the load a little bit lighter. And so what I have been doing is just slowing down my tempo, typically like slowing down how fast I come down from that top position. And that was my whole workout for the day. Obviously, I only showed you like one set of each thing, but I was doing 3 sets of each of those. And I've been doing more total body workouts because that seems to just make my body a little bit happier in terms of soreness. This morning I did a shake, which is pretty typical of me right now, just depending on if I actually want to make breakfast or not, honestly. So I'm using Legion's cocoa cereal protein, and I am pairing it with a little bit of kefir, which is like a probiotic milk. It's got a lot of really good stuff in there for your gut, as well as being pretty high in protein, as well as using the silk milk that is also high in protein. It's an almond cashew mix, and it has 10 grams per cup, so I can do a scoop to a scoop and a half of protein, add in the milk and kefir, get somewhere between 40 to 50 grams of protein, which is great. And I don't always do this, but I have been doing sometimes just some green juice to get some extra micros in as well. So here I am pouring it. I also poured some for Stone because he actually ended up coming home from work early. All right, we're gonna see. Actually, that works okay. I wasn't sure if that was gonna pan out. Good morning. Welcome to a day in the life vlog with me. I'm on my way to a baby appointment because this is pretty much the norm right now. I am going to my 34-week appointment. I'm in a time frame where I'm basically going to the doctor every 2 weeks. I have one more appointment in 2 weeks at 36, and then it's every week. So it is quite, oh my goodness, what is happening here? There is so much traffic. Go, come on. Jesus, we got some people just not knowing what to do this morning. I forget that like school traffic's a thing, so I'm actually running a little bit late. I'm gonna get there like right when my appointment is happening, but it is what it is today. That's just how things are going for me. A little bit of a rougher start to the morning. My husband is dealing with a sinus infection, so he was gonna go to work and then came home. His boss just went ahead and was like, just stay home, it's fine, not a big deal. We were just gone over the weekend with them. So yeah, so I'm on my way to a baby appointment. I worked out, obviously you saw that this morning, got myself ready early. I was planning to do like the whole actually getting ready before my workout to be included. But typically Stone leaves before me in the morning because he goes to the gym, but he didn't do that because he hasn't been feeling good. So he was planning to go if he felt okay, and he didn't. So I didn't want to be turning on a bunch of lights if I didn't have to, and didn't want him, didn't want to wake him up earlier than I had to, so I was working in the dark. But I am working on making my morning routine a little bit better, literally starting today. So I thought it was going to be like a good time to show you guys that, but I'll just walk through it, talk through it, whatever. I'm going to be honest, with being pregnant, I have been slacking on my morning routine, staying in bed a little bit longer, just because I haven't been sleeping obviously as well. Baby appointment days, obviously I don't really have the luxury of it, but I wanted to go ahead and get my workout in first thing this morning because it's Monday. busy days, typically for me with work. And on top of that, this is like a really great angle, isn't it? You see like my face between like my phone and the thing, but it is what it is, right? But busy day, I'm also gonna run by a friend's midday to let her pup out. So I've just got like stuff going on, and so I just was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start it today. I got to bed a little bit earlier. I got up around 6-ish. Got myself ready. I had laid my clothes out the night before, which was something that I wanted to be like, this is something you can do that's easy, check. Got that done. I washed my face, which sounds so silly, but I've been skipping washing my face in the morning. And I love the stuff that I use to wash my face. And I plan to do a video that's just like what I use from Frey. I've been using Frey products since 2018. It is so dark. There we go. Since 2018, and it started as, you know, a collaboration. It's a company that works with fitness coaches, influencers, what have you. But I've been using their products since 2018, and I literally haven't used anything else. So if that says anything, take it for what it is, right? 2018, 19, 20, 20. So like 4 or 5 years, which is kind of wild, you know, like how often do you switch face washes and stuff? 4 to 5 years at this point I've been using Frey. So I used my I Am Pure bar this morning, which is great. It's a dual bar that has charcoal on one side, and then it's more of like a cream cleanser on the other side, and I freaking love it. It makes my face feel so good. So I just have been lazy and not doing it. So that was another thing that I was like, you're gonna get back on this, you're gonna do this. So I did that. Got dressed, all the good stuff, you know. I've been dealing with sinus crap, yay to being pregnant, plus also just the weather changes. Got myself ready, got some caffeine in. Again, I'm using Neo Energy right now, mostly because it's just easier to use, and I'm not taking pre-workout, and my battery is gonna die, so we're probably gonna switch to my phone in a second. But yeah, so I got my workout in, and you guys saw that this morning, and so now I'm headed to the doctor. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. This should be a simple appointment. Next week I'll have another like anatomy scan, but this one's really just like a standard procedure of like check in, make sure I'm good, make sure everything's looking good, and that's it. That's what a lot of appointments are like when you're pregnant, unless they're like bigger things like getting your glucose tolerance test and things like that. So we're headed there. It's a bit of a drive, so I wanted to jump on and chat a little bit since I wasn't really talking through the other part. And we'll see you post baby appointment. Back at home and making some more food, because let me tell you, when you get pregnant, all you do, I feel like, is eat. When you get into that second and third trimester, y'all, you are hungry all the time. So after I got back from my appointment, I made some peanut butter toast. As you can see here, that's been like this week, I don't know, I've just been really into peanut butter toast. It's just been really like comforting. Throwing in some raspberries as well. Again, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting in lots of variety on micronutrients. Some days it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be honest, but these days I'm really trying to say, hey, like, you know what's going to be good for you to do, so I'll include those in there, as well as an element pack in my water. I am a big fan of watermelon salt. It's my favorite. I will include a link in the description for a free variety pack box to try. If you have not had it before, it is great. But got myself some food ready and then got into work for the day. So I'm, again, an online fitness and nutrition coach, so I am mostly on my computer and in front of my computer most of the day, which most people don't kind of really put together, that like as a fitness and nutrition coach online, that your day is not spent in a gym and being active all the time. It is mostly behind a computer. So I'm recording voice memos, I'm sending messages, I'm communicating with my team via text. It is a lot of sitting. And, you know, I have to do what I can to make sure that I'm breaking that up, especially with being pregnant. I will tell you, my hips get real angry if I'm sitting for a long period of time. So I do try to break that up. But you'll see here, I'm just kind of going back and forth between multiple different things at once, between our portal, between YouTube, you know, sometimes putting in headphones to add in some extra background noise. I like to use clips from YouTube. As you can see here, I am usually listening to Ambient Worlds. If you have not used that channel on YouTube, it's one of my faves because it's got really calming music. A lot of them are good themes, like Harry Potter background music or Lord of the Rings background music. Those are some of my faves. And here I am just kind of going through my normal day-to-day, answering voice check-ins with voice memo responses and sending out messages to my clients. So again, here we are, eating. I laugh about this, but truly, I feel like the rest of my day revolves around my meals these days. Being in third trimester, as an FYI, your body is needing upwards of 400 plus calories additionally per day compared to what you were doing prior to being pregnant, which is a lot of extra food. So honestly, I feel like I'm eating all the time, but I'm also just hungry all the time. Remember, you're growing a human, so I keep telling myself it is totally fine to do. Now, a lot of people get really freaked out about eating deli meat while you're pregnant. I have eaten plenty of deli meat while I am pregnant. This is something you can talk to your provider about. Essentially, it's just about making sure that you are at lower risk for things like listeria, which deli meat can be a higher risk for carrying listeria, but typically if you heat it up, then you are good to go. I also had a couple of pickles. It was a random craving thing, and I bought a thing of pickles, so I had a couple of pickles on the side this past week. And because it is spooky season, I have these cookies that I haven't made, and I said, Shelby, you need to go ahead and bake these freaking cookies. I know y'all love these, right? These are like those traditional sugar cookies. We did have some ghost ones that we already made, but those are gone. And we did have 2 packs of the pumpkin ones left, so I went ahead and got those thrown in the oven while I was eating lunch. As you can see, my lunch is still sitting over there, but I was like, let me go ahead and get these in there so that they can bake while I am eating. And again, these cookies are almost gone now at this point, so they did not even really last a week, but hello, there's 3 adults in my house, so I don't feel bad about that. It's not me eating all of them, even though I definitely could right now, but wanted to go ahead and do something for spooky season. And these are an easy way. Obviously, they're break and bake. They're super simple, but a fun way to get into the holiday spirit. And again, because of working from home, I'm able to like take small breaks to do stuff like this, which is really nice. It's one of the reasons I really enjoyed being able to transition to working from home, is because I do like to break up my day and have small bouts of work with other things mixed in. Now, we don't always have time to do this kind of thing, but currently right now my days are a little bit shorter with work because I haven't been taking on new clients, and Stone happened to be home this day from work because he was not feeling his best. So we got to spend some time outside sitting on the porch, and this is pretty common right now where it's like feeling for our baby girl moving, as well as watching our videos when it comes to seeing the weekly updates, which is really nice. So we got to spend some time outside with the dogs and just relax on our porch, which honestly was really nice because a lot of times we don't get to do this before the sun goes down. So this was a really nice afternoon. We probably spent about 45 minutes outside, which is really nice, and that doesn't happen, like I said, very often. So it was a really great, relaxing time with the pups and in some great weather as well. Now, as you can see, we are now on to doing some laundry and putting some laundry away. I did do some more work after. I didn't record that, but basically looks the same with me sitting behind a computer. It's not very exciting. So I do try to get 1 to 2 tasks done per day that have to do with like cleaning up the house or just getting different daily tasks done. My husband did a lovely job of getting a lot of the laundry done over the weekend, and so I was really actually just putting away a lot of clothes that had already been washed. Thank you to him. So I got the rest of them folded and was trying to get them put away before going into my evening. And y'all, I hate laundry. I hate it. I'm gonna be honest. I hate putting laundry away, but you know, doing this video was a really good accountability piece to say, Shelby, this is something that you need to do. We're going to get it done. So getting the laundry done, getting it put away. I still feel like I just have clothes to no end, and I honestly probably need to get rid of some clothes. And every time I start putting clothes away, I'm like, why do I have all of these? But I feel like that's every female ever, right? And honestly, right now, only certain things fit me, so I am re-wearing a lot of the same stuff over and over again, because I didn't really want to buy a ton of different maternity clothes. So I do have some maternity clothes here that my mom bought me, that are being hung up that I actually haven't worn yet. And I say maternity, but also like once the baby's here, so nursing clothes and whatnot that haven't been worn yet, but getting those finally put away because my mom brought them up when she came to visit. So on to our typical night. We eat dinner. Yes, we like to eat dinner on the couch. That's what we do. We don't really use our dining table, honestly. We have been watching Lord of the Rings. We were doing that, hanging out with the dogs. And finishing up our night, I've got my blue light blockers on, and as you can see, as per usual, we are doing our sleepy time drink, which is Calm Magnesium powder, as well as some Glycine. Both of these are great for helping with sleep. Magnesium is also really great for just calming, hence the name Calm, but great for anxiety. So this is what we do every night to get ready for bed. We make our sleepy time drinks and get those drank probably 10 to 15 minutes before we're actually like getting into bed, which you can see us drinking here. I don't chug mine. Stone puts his down really quickly, but I take a little bit longer for me to finish mine up. And then I am filling up my water bottle. I am a water drinker while I'm sleeping, and it has definitely gotten worse as I have gotten pregnant. I don't know if you'd say worse, but I definitely drink a lot more water during the night since I've been pregnant. So I fill up my water bottle, so does Stone, before bed, and we make sure those are nice and full. And you can see me talking to Bubba here in a second, but trying to clean out the kitchen a little bit. I hadn't actually put away the cookies that we had made. They were just still sitting on the counter. So I went ahead and put those up, and then I did want to show you guys my lovely puppy and his tricks. And I'm gonna be honest, I was not quite impressed. He did not get it on the first or second try, but you will see that he loves to eat ice, and so typically at night when I'm filling up my water, he wants his ice as well. So you'll see we give him a couple of tries here. First and second attempts, not so great. I don't know what it is about being on camera, but he doesn't do a great job whenever he's on camera at catching ice. So we had to do a couple of different attempts. Not so great there, as you can see, but on the third try I said, okay, you gotta make this happen. We gotta make it happen. And we were successful. Yes, finishing out strong. So getting into my nighttime routine, if this freaks you out to take out contacts, I'm sorry. I know that some people don't like seeing people touch their eyes, but yes, I wear contacts, so putting on my glasses, because I take those out, I do not sleep in them, and then using my typical Frey products before bed. I always use my Brighten Me Under Eye Serum, and then I have 3 different products that I cycle through. As far as a face cream at night, it's the night cream, the vitamin C, and the new product that's like a retinol replacement. I'll put them all in the description below. Brushing my teeth. Typically Stone and I are talking while we're getting ready for bed, hence the random bits of conversation you're catching here. So gotta brush the teeth, and also I'm trying to be getting really good at flossing. I have not been good about this, but I bought those little stick guys instead of actual floss, and let me tell you, just doing that seems a little bit more convenient has made it a lot better, where I'm a lot more regular at flossing. So we've been getting that done too. Yay to better nighttime routines here. So supplements before bed, these are just my prenatals plus a Zyrtec and an extra vitamin D. My sinuses during pregnancy have been way worse, and this is actually a common thing that nobody told me about. So I take a Zyrtec every day. Again, talk to your provider before doing that, and then of course setting all of the alarms before bed. Bedtime alarm, turning the temperature down so that we're sleeping in a cooler environment, much better for sleep and heading out. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe, and we'd love to catch you again next time we do another day in the life. So we'll see you next time. Bye.